Hello everyone, it's CRH Films. Today I'm going to tell you about a 2020 film, One More. Four friends of teachers decided to test the theory of a Norwegian philosopher that a person lacks half a ppm from birth. The film begins with the words of the Danish philosopher, "What is youth? A dream. What is love? The content of a dream." High school students take part in a beer competition, and their party lasts until the evening. The young people have no worries, they do what they want. One of the students handcuffs the controller. A man is trying to calm the drunken youth. We are moved to the school. The teachers want to ban alcohol completely because of the incident with the controller. Music teacher Peter, psychology teacher Mikola, physical education teacher Tommy and history teacher Martin start teaching their classes, but they fail to find common ground with their students. One of the students leaves the history lesson without even listening to the teacher. When Martin returns home after dinner, he asks his wife Annika if she is sad with him. Annika says that he has changed a lot and is not like the Martin she met many years ago. At school, Martin sees that parents of his students have come to him, dissatisfied with his work, because of their children's low grades and that it will be difficult to enter the university with such knowledge. At home, Martin is preparing for his friend Mikola's birthday, and he asks his wife to tie his tie. Annika hears their sons quarreling and leaves, pretending not to have heard her husband's request. Mikola is celebrating his birthday in a restaurant, and Martin is the only one who doesn't want to drink alcohol and orders water. During the conversation, the birthday boy recalls the theory of the Norwegian philosopher Finn Skirderud, who said that it is useful for a person to drink, since from birth the body lacks half a ppm and every day it is necessary to maintain this level, which makes a person braver, calmer, and more relaxed. During the conversation, the friends also discuss Martin's problems with his students, and Mikola emphasizes that it's all about self-doubt. The waiter brings vodka and the friends manage to persuade Martin to drink. With music playing, Martin drinks the entire glass and then 2 more glasses of wine. Martin starts to cry. His friends ask what's wrong with him, and Martin tells them that everything is bad. He hardly sees his wife and can't get along with his sons either. To calm their friend down, the men recall how they met Martin in his dancing lessons in their youth. A wonderful evening ends in the park where the friends have fun, just like in childhood. The next day, Martin locks himself in the school bathroom and drinks some alcohol. Martin begins to feel more confident in his classroom and the students become interested in listening to him. At the end of the day, Martin meets Nikolai and tells him that he is not allowed to drive. Nikolai finds out that Martin has decided to try out the theory, and together they go to Tommy and Peter's. Martin tells him how he feels today, and Nikolai suggests that they test the theory together. To make the practice worthwhile, the friends decide to write a psychological study, and they will drink only during working hours. Mikola has 3 small children at home, and he is very tired, so he starts drinking at home. Martin again locks himself in the bathroom to measure his BAC. During the lesson, Martin gives a test. He tells a few facts about the candidates without naming them and asks the students to choose one of the 3. Churchill and Roosevelt lose, but this man wins. Martin managed to interest students in his subject. Peter is also doing well, and he is starting to teach in a new way. Martin, Nikolai, and Peter discuss what is happening, and they like the feeling. At the same time, Tommy is playing soccer with the junior high school students. A boy with glasses asks the teacher for water, but he refuses because there is no water in his bottle, so Tommy makes another student share the water. He spends the whole lesson with this boy, as his classmates do not want to play with him. The time is 18:07. Martin drinks a glass of wine and prepares dinner. His wife wakes up, and the couple spends the evening together. Martin suggests that they go kayaking during the holidays, and Annika is pleasantly surprised. She sees that something has changed in her husband. After dinner, Annika goes to work. At the same time, another teacher finds the bottles of alcohol hidden in the gym. The next day, the principal holds a meeting where he reports on the alcohol found, and then the friends get together and discuss the situation. Martin admits that he hasn't felt this good in a long time, and he suggests increasing the dose. Peter immediately agrees and asks to turn on the pianist Klaus Herford, who is known for playing only when slightly intoxicated. The second stage of the study has begun, and now everyone as an individual to find the perfect dose to achieve optimal work and social performance. Martin prepares an alcoholic cocktail at home and begins to prepare for the lesson. His attention is drawn to the fact that Churchill loved to drink. His favorite champagne was Paul Roger. Martin arrives at school in a taxi. Everyone notices his good mood, and on the way to class he hits a wall, and Tommy comes to his rescue. In class, Martin asks his students what they have in common with Churchill, General Grant, and Hemingway. He explains that his students don't drink alone, but that these three famous personalities would easily beat them in a drinking race, the main task of which is to run around a lake and drink a case of beer. The lesson continues, and Mikola passes by the classroom, happy for Martin, who has managed to find a common language with the students, and now they come to his lessons with pleasure. After the lesson, Martin writes to his wife and tells her that he has booked a canoe trip. Mikola is waiting outside the classroom. He finds out that Martin has a BAC of 1% and runs to his office, drinks some more alcohol and goes to teach the lesson, during which he speaks slurred. Tommy plays football with the younger classes, a BAC of 0.6%. He supports the boy in glasses because his peers do not communicate with him. Tommy's friends are also there. They are happy when the boy with glasses scores a goal and the other children hug him. At school, Peter sees a student crying, and he finds out that it is because of the upcoming exams. He tries to help the boy and asks him if he has tried to drink at least one drink before the exam. During the holidays, Martin and his family go canoeing, pitching tents together and sitting around a campfire. Anika is crying with joy, and she admits that she feels as good as she used to. A few days later, the friends get together at Mikola's house, and he wants to get drunk to the point of catharsis, a certain state of intoxication. Martin is against it and wants to end the experiment. Mikola's wife and children are going to live with their parents, and this is a great opportunity to carry out the third stage, the maximum dose, right now. Martin gets dressed and is ready to leave his friend's house, but at the last minute he decides to stay and has a drink with his friends. They dance together to jazz music, and the alcohol in his system reaches 1.8%. Drunken friends in search of fish hit the rack with bottles, not finding fresh fish, and the group goes fishing on the pier. The party continues at the bar, with a naked Peter playing the piano. Martin climbs on the table and jumps into the crowd of people. The friends go home at night. Mikola comes home and goes to bed. His wife wakes up. Mikola has wet himself in bed. She is afraid to leave the children with him and decides to go to her sister. Martin is found by neighbors lying on the ground. His son picks him up and takes him home. During dinner, Anika asks the children to leave her and Martin alone. She says she doesn't recognize him. Martin replies that she is always at work. The couple quarrels. Anika says that Martin is the one who is never away and always has fun with others. Martin is furious at his wife's words and leaves the house in anger. The friends get drunk again to a terrible state. When they sober up, they say nothing, and their morale is at an all-time low. The research on the theory is stopped here and now, because of the unpredictable negative social consequences and the possibility of alcoholism. The principal gathers all the teachers together, and she informs them that some of them are drinking alcohol in the workplace. At that very moment, a drunken Tommy arrives. Martin takes his friend home, feeds the dog and cleans the house. When they wake up, the friends discuss what happened. Tommy says that Martin and the others don't have to come to him. Martin leaves. Tommy adds that this is all pointless and that he believes in Martin and Anika. The couple meets in a cafe and discusses the details of the divorce, but Martin says he wants to be with her. Anika replies that she doesn't love him anymore. Martin takes her hand, but she just walks away. The history exam is about to start. Martin hasn't noticed how he's gone through the entire syllabus because of his research. The students are grateful to Martin for his lessons. Peter meets Sebastian, and the boy pulls out his ticket in tears and goes to prepare. Peter sees this and catches up with the boy. The student is very nervous and cannot remember anything. Peter takes him to class and gives him some alcohol. Sebastian manages to overcome his fear and does well on the exam. Drunk Tommy gets into a boat with his dog. At school, the children rejoice at their successful exams. The boat is already sailing without Tommy. Martin listens to the students' choir singing. Mikola tells Martin something, and the smile disappears from his face. Martin, Mikola, and Peter carry the coffin with Tommy's body. Martin sees the boy wearing glasses. He has come to see his favorite teacher on his last journey. Friends gather together to honor their fallen friend. The main characters go to Martin's son's birthday party. Anika writes a message to Martin, "I miss you too." The friends see a bus with their students driving by outside the window. Martin writes to his wife that Tommy is happy for them. The main characters come to their students, who are delighted to see their teachers and offer them a drink. Martin starts dancing like in his best years. Martin runs under an improvised archway of champagne created by the students and jumps into the water.